Hello, my friends. It is I, Katie Rubin, your friendly neighborhood modern mystic, energy healer, divine light channel, actor, comedian, director, energy healer, all the stuff. Drinker of espresso from a cup from a Japanese dollar store. Look, it has all the animals on it. Let's take a sip in honor of you. Cheers. We did that out of order. You're welcome. This spread is really interesting, you guys, because it's very much connected to some of the most recent ones we had in the recent past. So I just opened the records of everyone who will see this video and benefit from it. Reminding you that when I open the Akashic records, I'm connecting into your soul and its connection to source energy. So when there's a group of you connecting into sort of the collective soul of this group and its connection to source energy. You have to remember source, consciousness, God, the divine, it doesn't operate linearly the way the mind does. So it's not like I have to do this person and then this person and then this person. Together you guys have a collective consciousness that is a frequency of energy, you could say, a kind of awareness, an expanded sense of an energetic connection to God or the source of all creation. So any hoozle, that's what I tap into before I come on camera. So in the recent past position here, we have the Bone Collector. And if you remember, that card came up at some point last week. Present moment, we're in the storm field, which was the outcome card last time or the time before, I can't remember. And then the outcome is education. Okay, so this is a spread where some shit's going down, some things are happening, nothing to be panicked about, but life is a bit dusted up, we could say. So let's hear about the Bone Collector. In the recent past, you've had the opportunity to confront these notions. By the way, look how beautiful this card is. Like, if you look closely, there's like the frequency of music around the person's head. We've got like a medicine wheel there, and we've got a bunny rabbit, and we've got something magic in their hand, and we've got skulls hanging from the trees. Like, this is a person in deep ceremonial process. Okay, in the recent past, you are whole and have everything you need within. Hey Emily, good to see you. Hey Jamie, good to see you guys, hi. When the Bone Collector appears, she's asking you to look closely at your circumstances to see if you're fully present or reacting out of past conditioning and unconscious expectations. Whenever we're wounded, especially when we're young, it's as if something essential is stolen from us. We adapt and accept a version of the truth, then that sets us up to behave a certain way in the future when faced with a situation similar to the original event. What we know about ourselves thus becomes influenced by a perception of limitation. You may feel unworthy or without courage. You may see yourself as flawed or unlovable, or expect to be criticized. The Bone Collector reminds you that the truth is you're a powerful being with limitless possibilities. She has kept safe what was stolen from you in the wounding. Isn't that nice? And is here for you as you reclaim it now. You have, everything you believe you lack. And the Bone Collector is your inner resource. Act as if you have what you need, and you'll find you have it after all. Anything is possible. With awareness, the wounds of the past need not define you. You are whole and have everything you need within. So this is a card that reminds us, let's just reread this line here. You may feel, this is the recent past position, unworthy or without courage. You may see yourself as flawed or unlovable or expect to be criticized. The Bone Collector reminds you that the truth is you're a powerful being with limitless possibilities. She's kept safe what was stolen from you in the wounding and is here for you to reclaim it now. You have everything you believe you lack, and the Bone Collector is your inner resource. Act as if you have what you need, and you'll find you have it after all. So, you know what I love about this card is this card acknowledges trauma. It's not a toxic positivity card. It's not a card that's like, just like hop above your pain and just like be like positive and make your vision board and think positively and you'll get everything you want. This is a card that says, no, there was wounding. We acknowledge that. There was actual real wounding. And what we believe about ourselves as the result of the wounding is not true. It's a limited perception. And the bone collector holds for us the remembrance of and the acknowledgement of the fact that we are not our limitations. We are not our wounding. But the wounding has occurred. And for most of us, there is work to be done on the wounds to process them. When you process the pain of the past, you guys, you know that that means you have to re-experience it. It has to move through your system. It has to be so wounding lives like a dense, tight, heavy energy in your body in various places. When you re-enter it as an adult, ready to face it in a way that would have been murderous to you and impossible when you were a child, what happens is when you meet it now, the energy of the density of the held, unprocessed energies of the trauma and the emotions processes and dissipates into space so that you're left just with a clean, honest, emotionally vulnerable connection to yourself. So the bone collector card here in your recent past position always reminds us that these dense energies we're holding that need processing through our nervous systems and bodies and minds and spirits, they're not speaking the truth. They're speaking limited lies from the past. And the bone collector reminds us, you're limitless. You have all the possibilities. You lack nothing. You could do whatever you need to do. Whatever needs doing can be done. Whatever you desire to pursue can be pursued, etc., and so on and so forth. Now, I would add to that, as a healer person, don't take that to mean there's no work to be done on your trauma. That's the definition of toxic positivity, is people think, I'll just think positively because the bone collector says I can, and then I don't have to worry about all these dense energies I carry. Well, you never have to worry about them, but you might want to do something about them so that it's easier for you to believe that you are limitless possibility, rather than having you fall into the energy of those dense pieces of trauma that you're carrying. Okay, that brings us to the present moment. Hey, Claire Gowdy, my God, it's been a while. Good to see you, my love. Storm fields. Okay, let's hear what Colette Baron Reed has to say about the storm fields. This too shall pass. An uncomfortable chaos is surrounding you. Things that you've left unattended may be the cause of some conflict. Things that you've left unattended may be the cause of some conflict. Pent-up energy needs release. And this is what we're talking about. That's what I mean about the dense energies in your trauma body. They need to be released. Otherwise, they run the show from behind the scenes. Okay. Pent-up energy needs release just as a storm in nature must break. For these events occur when the electricity between opposing forces stirs things up and creates temporary disorder. Not all storms are destructive. Rather, they serve nature by bringing rain to the ground and wind to the trees, enabling seeds to be widely distributed and continuous growth to be ensured. Just remember that whatever is being stirred up inside of you or between you and another will benefit you later. The sun will shine again and new growth will be observed. Don't be afraid to shake things up a little. Let's reiterate, not all storms are destructive. Rather, they serve nature by bringing rain to the ground and wind to the trees, enabling seeds to be distributed and growth to be ensured. Just remember, whatever's being stirred up inside you or between you and another will benefit you later. The sun will shine again and new growth will be observed. Don't be afraid to shake things up a little. So it's a scary looking card. The storm. The little tornado-y image on my house there in the background. And we need storms to kick up the seeds and spread them across the land. Also, I just find, here's the deepest thing I could say to anyone ever. If a storm is happening, the storm was going to happen. People do this thing now with spiritual teachings that they've learned on the internet or in some fucking class they took somewhere, where they go like, I'm creating this, so I'm just like a chaos monster and I'm just creating chaos because I'm such a monster of chaos. I can't tell you how often people say that to me. You have to understand, what hits you couldn't have missed you. It was yes, everything on the external levels of reality is a reflection of something internal, but you have to take that as an opportunity to process something internal, not as an opportunity to judge yourself for having challenges. Humans are going to have challenges. I think the deepest thing that I've ever learned spiritually, and I've learned a lot of deep shit spiritually. Yes, Squeezel? She has things to say. The deepest thing I've learned is if you could just accept what's happening and stop judging yourself for the fact that it's happening, lean into what's happening, you will have a much easier time with what's happening. In other words, like if a lot of chaos is happening, okay, chaos is happening. All right, let me sit into my center and into my peace. Let me process what the chaos is internally, and then let's see if that shifts it. Now, at the same time, you could just sort of witness the chaos, be with yourself, take the next indicated actions in your reality, behave as well as you possibly can, and this too shall pass. What hit you couldn't have missed you. I believe we do get to work through each thing that hits us because there's deep teachings inside of whatever's hitting us. But beating yourself up for it, look at me being such a chaos monster. Look at me, I've attracted this, I've created this, I'm causing this. Okay, why don't you reframe it? I wonder what's going on within me that this is a reflection of. You could even ask a question. Is something going on within me that this is a reflection of? Or is this just a thing that's happening? Sometimes things that happen are just things that happen. They're not necessarily all about you, nor are they necessarily something you need to take so seriously. So the question, you want to be in relationship with the universe, asking questions of it. Is there a deep teaching for me inside of this current storm field or not? If so, what is it? This is where it becomes useful to have a nice, strong connection with yourself and the universe, so you can receive intuitive guidance within yourself through your own awareness system, however that is for you, however you receive awareness. Cool, and look at this. To that point, I'm just looking at your coming around the corner card. We have the education card. This is to that point exactly. And I forgot that card was there. Wisdom comes from participating in life, not just reading about it. This card suggests that you might not have enough knowledge about what you seek, the direction to take, your circumstances, or the nature of your inquiry. Important information is coming. Now is the time to go to school. Ask a person who might know more than you do, or find a teacher or a course of study so that you can more clearly understand what the next right action might be. Sometimes life unexpectedly sends you to an unfamiliar school, and you must learn by experience. Now is a time to be teachable, open to changing your perceived notions. Be a student and be willing to state the most powerful mantra of all, I don't know yet. I don't know yet. I don't know yet is like a very humble approach to reality. Humility says, I don't know and I'm not in charge. Please show me. Sometimes that's the deepest prayer there is, and that's the only prayer required. I don't know. Please meet me here in the place where I don't know and bring me whatever it is I need. Yeah, I don't even know what I need. Bring it, please, because I don't fucking know what it is. So because of the storm fields that are kicked up presently, which these too shall pass, don't panic. Remember, we got that it was going to be 5 or 8 days of the storm fields, so I'm not surprised this card is back. The outcome is education. You don't quite have all the information you need to make any kind of decision on whatever you're looking at. So go to a school, ask a person, somebody you trust, look up to people you admire, ask, let's see, now is the time to go to school, ask a person who might know more than you do, or find a teacher or a course of study so you can more clearly understand what the next right action might be. Lucky for you, you can come to all my courses and ask me what the next right action might be. Having this access to the Akashic Records, you guys, it's a gift for all of us. Hi, baby. Squeezel wants to contribute. This is her tongue. Licking my face. So if and when you could use some guidance yourself, check out katierubin.com. I'm happy to open your Akashic records and read them for you. We can also bring a ton of divine light through to process and heal all those stuck energies that you may have from the past. You know, something I think about a lot is how many people resist getting help. You know who resists getting help the most is the people who are most competent. People who are very intelligent and highly effective tend to say like, I'm good, I got this, I've been through this before, I don't need help. We all need help. Every teacher you've ever had has people they're getting a lot of help from. So just know that there's no shame in the game of reaching out for help. It's humility. It's saying, we're a social animal. I need my brethren to help and support me. Nobody is an island. We're meant to lean on one another. We're meant to need help. Another spiritual teaching I like is God, or the universe, or whatever you like to call the animating, interconnected web of reality, is the perfection. You're not meant to be the perfection. The divine is the perfection. You're meant to be a human who is interdependent with the perfection, which is to say you have access to the frequency of it, and it's here to offer you help and support. So remember that during your day. When you don't know the answer, when you don't know what to do, when you need help and support, the divine is always available to help us. We're not meant to just, now I have a spiritual connection, now I have all the answers, I'm set. We're meant to open and lean on one another. Open and lean on the divine. Ask for help. That is the highest form of spirituality. Spirituality. Yeah, that's the highest form of divine embodiment, is being willing to connect, being willing to be a part of, being willing to ask for help. So the cards always show me, and my guidance always shows me, always put spirit first. What does that mean? It means lean on the divine for help. It has the help we need in magical ways that make no sense to our logic minds. Our little tiny limited logic brains cannot see the ideal way forward to the right outcomes for ourselves all the time. But spirit can, and it speaks to us through our bodies, through our intuition, through our awareness, through the whisper of truth that comes through your body or your mind. The divine speaks in many directions all the time, but even the strongest among us need help. So remember, get the education you need in the next couple, 2 or 3 days. Ask for help. You're not an island and you're not meant to be, and it doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're functioning correctly the way the human animal was built to function. In communion, together, communally, sharing, connecting, caring. And when and if you need some energy healing, or you need some help processing your trauma from the past, or you could use some guidance, katierubin.com, and we'll open your Akashic records and I'll listen for what spirit has to say for you, and we'll go from there. I love you guys so much. What classes do I have? OMA Pittsburgh, we're in the middle of. Star Beings, we're in the middle of. Writing in Alignment, we just started. If you're writing in the middle of a writing project or want to be writing, you can join us a week late and I'll do a makeup class with you and you could get the 6 weeks. Yeah, hit me up if you want to join us for that, and get your package today, my friends. Let's do some